is how I play the game! Oh my god! What the fuck?
Holy shit! That is an epic fucking intro, dude. And I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
In regards to the schedule, what's going on? Because originally I said, well, maybe I'll be doing a sponsored stream today. I was supposed to be doing a sponsored stream later today. And it was funny because, as you guys know, I've been having a lot of bad luck lately. Whether it's DSP Gaming becoming demonetized, whether it's my internet not working yesterday. I mean, there was a lot of crap that's been going on with me recently that's just really negative and shitty. And it sucks. But, you know, we push forward positively to get through the crap. So I had a feeling yesterday. I was like, you know what? On top of everything else that's been going on, my mom always says this. My mom always says, bad things come in threes. That's what she says. So, first of all, we had DSP Gaming last week demonetized. Then we had my internet screwed up yesterday, right? So the third thing, on top of all that, is like, something's going to go wrong with this sponsor stream. And I had an inkling, a feeling about it, that something was going to go wrong. And so, I actually, last night when I posted up my schedule, I said, we'll do World of Tanks sponsored stream tonight if nothing goes wrong, but if so, we'll have a backup. We'll do PUBG, because people have wanted to see me play PUBG for a while. It's been over 2 months. Those are typically pretty fun interactive streams, so we'll just do PUBG instead. Okay? So, all day yesterday, you know, everything seems good. I think everything's going to be alright. So, I'm not thinking anything to the contrary, right? But then, like I said, I just had this weird inkling, this weird feeling that something was going to go wrong. And so, I don't know why, but I just started saying, you know what, let me just start checking, like, my email addresses. Well, guess what I found last night in my spam email folder? It was an email from the staff who run this sponsorship bounty board on Twitch saying, oh, Phil, we're really sorry, okay? But we screwed up. And this is our fault, so we apologize. But that World of Tanks, as well as the World of Warships bounties that were showing up on the bounty board were not valid. Those were incorrect. Those were, I guess they were previous bounties that they had already offered. And they had accidentally put those back up onto the bounty board and didn't mean to. Like, it was their fault. And they admitted, oh, this is an open beta, and we're sorry because it was a technical glitch on our end. Do you want to play the fucking game? So, even though you accepted it, it's not valid, so don't do it. You know? Now, I'm looking at this email, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, of all the things, the thing is, there were like 5-6 bounties that were available this week that I was looking at that I wanted to do, and I just thought World of Tanks would be a really good, interesting one, because the game I never played, and I know it's a game that's been out for a long time, you know, has many different versions, but I felt playing it on PC would be pretty cool. So all that, and then I get this email. Now, I didn't even know, I was like, you know what, I'm so skeptical at this point of people screwing with me, and the fact that this email went to my spam folder, I said, you know what, let me check with my partner manager, who I work with on Twitch, to make sure this is legit, and I checked, and he did email me back this morning and said, yeah, it's legit, they screwed up.
The sponsorship is now gone. I got the chair.
And he was basically like, don't let this deter you from trying to do bounties in the future. It's nothing, you know, that happened with you. It's them. They screwed it up completely. So please feel free to try to do another bounty. You know, it sucks that this was your first one and this is the experience you had, but please keep going. So I was like, wow, that's shitty. That's seriously shitty.
So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to submit myself for another bounty. And when I get the game key, then I'll let you guys know and I'll schedule it in. Alright?
Now, here's the other thing, guys. Here's the other thing. I think I can turn this negative into a positive. Alright? And here's how I think I can do it. Because sadly, as you guys know, I have a group of jerks, mentally ill kids out there.
When I was a child, I was very different than the other children. You know, back in high school, I was on a cocktail of medications. I mean, real talk, when I was in high school at one point, I was to the point where I was losing it. I wanted to either go do something drastic or, you know, go nuts. There was a girl who I was like obsessed with for a while. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind. And it's always telling me that I'm a bad person. It's telling me that I don't deserve any success. It's telling me that I'm ugly. It's telling me that I'm fat. It's telling me that I'm gross. It's telling me that I'm not funny, that I'm worthless, that I'm a sellout, that I'm a shill, that I'm a piece of crap, that I don't deserve any kind of positivity. I don't deserve my girlfriend. I don't deserve the love of my parents. I don't deserve to live. And it's there. and it never fucking goes away. Some people say, "I'll just go on pills." That's not the solution either. Pills help. Don't get me wrong. You know, pills absolutely help, but they don't cure these kind of issues. They just help to mitigate and help to keep it under wraps. You know, like I said, like sometimes it's the guy in the shoulder, like I mentioned. So maybe that guy in the shoulder goes away for a couple days, but he's going to come back, but at least he's gone for a couple days, right? That was my depression.
Who every time I try to do something positive like a sponsorship opportunity, they'll try to ruin it for me. And so a lot of people actually had speculated that it was the trolls who had made this sponsorship opportunity fall through. It was actually not true at all. It was just a stupid technical glitch. The bounty never really existed. Okay? So, here's what I think I'm going to do. Because I noticed, obviously, what was it, yesterday? It was either yesterday or the day before when I announced that I was going to be playing World of Tanks, that these idiots went and spammed World of Tanks on their social media and tried to contact them and say, "Oh, Phil's going to play your game and you don't want that because he's a pedophile and he's a racist." Basically all nonsense, you know? Phil, all this stuff you're saying is not going to help you. And then they link him to the detractor videos that aren't true. They're all edited shit, taking stuff out of context or stuff from, 8+ fucking years ago. And so I learned from this. It's kind of funny because, no, nothing negative came of all that crap. But just in case, I think here's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. If I do choose to do a sponsored stream bounty through Twitch, I will tell you when it's going to be, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. That way, there's absolutely zero chance that any jerk can go and try to spam the game developer or company with negative shit for 2-3 days straight before I do this event, okay? So actually, I'm going to spin this into a positive, because I've learned about how this is going to go down, right? So this is good. Now, in the future, I'm going to do a sponsored stream. I'll tell you when it is, but you'll have no idea what game it is. So, tonight, instead of playing World of Tanks, I'm going to be going back to what people voted for in the poll earlier this week, what I was supposed to play last night and didn't get to play because of my internet issues yesterday, PUBG. And I know a lot of you don't like PUBG. I get it.
But a lot of you do turn out for the PUBG streams and are very supportive during them. And I have not done one in over 2 months. And quite frankly, guys, with everything going on with YouTube, which I'm going to talk with you about in a moment, and the fact that I'm not making any money on DSP Gaming and things are really bad right now in that regard, the more support, the better. You see what I mean? So if I'm going to do a stream that I know people will come out and be supportive, I think I have to do it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. It's going to be PUBG. It's greed. It's greed. Greed is massively strong. I have no fucking self-control. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. I am going to be doing the stream stats leaderboard for this stream. I know normally I don't for Ask the King, but being the current situation with everything, I need as much support as possible, so I will be doing stream stats leaderboard. Everyone who cheers, subs, tips, and everything will be updated. Holy fucking shit. Relax. Some people just can't control themselves.
Timbo Slice did a 25-bit cheer and said, "Why can't you still play World of Tanks tonight even if it's not being paid? A lot of people would love to still see you play it." Well, the thing is, I would rather do something that I know people have wanted to see me do for a while. PUBG, people have said, "Man, are you ever going to go back to PUBG? This is a kind of stream that you used to do all the time. You stopped doing it for like 2 months. It would be something refreshing and different." And quite frankly, like I said, I need to do a stream where we could just be laid back and chill and have more of a interactive, supportive stream rather than just me doing a random game.
Dusty Dead cheer. He says, when you looking back, do you feel that there are things you regret doing on YouTube like friend request ridicule? Do I regret doing friend request ridicule? No. Wow, Phil. You really have a bad rep because of these nasty things you've done on the internet. As we know, everyone out there who's ever attacked me or said something negative about me is 100% true, and it's all just completely legitimate stuff, and it's because these people are such creative and positive people that they put this stuff onto YouTube, right?
Well, it says here that Infinite55 gifted a tier 1 sub to King Kozatov. King Kozatov was banned. King Kozatov was banned from the stream chat. I don't know who unbanned him. He's not supposed to be back. He has not made any amends for the stuff that he was planning on doing, at least to me. So I am rebanning him.
Why am I toxic?
And he's gone. Yeah, he did not make any amends for the shit that he did. He was doing, some stuff behind the scenes that was not kosher. And I told him, well, first of all, I told him publicly to stop bullying people. And he's like, "Oh, okay." Then I found out that he was doing it behind the scenes. And enough was enough. All right? Apologies to Infinite. I'm sorry, dude, that you just gave him a sub. He was banned on purpose because he was doing malicious stuff, and he has not made any kind of amends to me or anyone. So he is not allowed back in here. I don't know who unbanned him, but I'm going to have to now look into it to find out what's going on and who's unbanning people, because he should not have been in here. Now, real talk, he should not have been in here at all. And I'm not. I told you, I laid down the law last weekend. I said, this is it. We're not going to have that shit anymore. We can't. We seriously cannot have that shit in here anymore. That negative shit. Because we just can't put up. We can't have people with a negative element coming in, bullying others, and causing bad times in my stream chat. We have to have a positive atmosphere around here. And I'm sorry. He was doing shit behind the scenes that just, you know, is fucked up. So.
And I realize that I am one of the older content creators when it comes to gaming. A lot of people who are doing this for a living are much, much younger than me.
Okay. I got an anonymous dollar tip. It says, is it true your condo caught fire? One of your trolls posted your old condo caught fire. Not my condo. The way that, you know, the way that a lot of these condos are, they're giant facilities. And my place in Connecticut is one unit of a giant building. And apparently some unit on the other side of the building did catch fire. But that has nothing to do with me. This question is from Lord Lamb. And he asks the following. He says, Phil, this is quite possibly the most philosophical question you've ever received. But here it goes. Does hardship make a person stronger? If so, under what condition and at what point is too much hardship and verging on cruelty? If not, what makes a person stronger? Keep up the good work. I mean, obviously, when you ask me that question, it's one of the more pertinent questions because I've been the subject of much derision, much slander, much attack and ridicule over the years on YouTube, okay? And in particular on the internet as well. Shout out to Zealotry ALZ who just resubbed for the second month in a row. Thank you, Zealotry, for the resub. And you know, the thing is, I really feel that there's different kinds of hardship, alright? There's hardship that's caused as a direct response to you doing something stupid. That, you know, living with the consequences of your actions is something that everyone has to do in life and has to learn. And over the years, I admit openly that I've done stupid shit that got me into trouble, and for various reasons, I ended up getting kicked off of websites, I ended up getting into trouble with other things, but there's also been situations where there's stuff I haven't done. And literally, people have tried to make shit up about me and create slander or take something out of context to make it look like I said or did something I didn't do. And then they lose an opportunity for me. I mean, sponsorships and other stuff are just some examples of things that have happened. Then you got the really malicious stuff. Like, trying to convince YouTube that you work for a major game publisher and that you are putting copyright strikes against my channel to get it permanently shut down so I can't make a living on the internet anymore. That's just fucking dirty. You know, like that's, first of all, it's illegal. It's 100% illegal. And things like that have really permanently hurt me. You know, DsPgaming at one point was a channel that really highly ranked in YouTube search rankings for new game playthroughs. And then when that malicious stuff happened, it permanently jumped down in the rankings. And very rarely ever over the years had I ever after that put a video on DsPgaming that really hit the search algorithms correctly on YouTube and got popular. I mean, maybe 2 videos ever after that. And it sucks to know that something that I put so much hard work and dedication, 10 years I've been doing this, a content creator for the internet, that just because some people get their jollies from talking shit or being negative about others, that I'm the butt of the joke and I've really concretely been hurt time and time and time again by it. And again, I'm not, by any means, am I not saying that the hardships that I've been through, that a lot of them haven't been caused by some of my own actions, but a lot of them are not. You know, it's just people saying, well, this guy did something wrong 8 years ago, so let's create a mob mentality to fucking lynch this fucking guy and make sure that even no matter how much he changes for the better or how much he improves, he's still going to be that guy from 8 years ago who everyone hates, and therefore we're just going to keep saying that to everyone and get every possible fucking opportunity taken away from him, okay? And it's just a lot, man. It is. It piles and piles on. Now, you're saying, do hardship make someone stronger? Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. All the shit that I've been through, I'm definitely a much stronger person now than I used to be. Like, when I started on YouTube, was I a strong person? Yes, but I was a very defensive person. And I remember when I started that, in particular, if I did something and someone criticized it, a lot of the times I would just completely shut off the criticism. I would say, no, I know what I'm doing. People like my content, so I don't want to hear it, right? I mean, how long did it take me to adopt direct capture? I was doing just a video camera, or I wasn't even a video camera, it was just a regular camera, recording video content of my television until 2013. And at that point, most people who wanted to do videos on the internet of gaming had already adopted a method of direct capture. They weren't doing that kind of stuff anymore, right? So, you know, I admit that a lot of the times back then, it was like obstinate Phil, really just hard-headed Phil. But I would say probably around that era, 2013, 2014. So we're talking, you know, 4+ years ago, where I started to become a lot more open-minded. I started walking in other people's shoes.
What? What? What?
I started trying things over the years that people had wanted me to try, like Minecraft and other franchises that I always had made fun of myself. I started checking them out and realizing, oh my god, I really have been an asshole. I've been a person who's just been so closed-minded and stubborn and been a jerk to a lot of people, and that's probably why at that time so many people disliked me. Today, why so many people dislike me is just because of a rolling mob mentality of sheep. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. Like, the reason that most people dislike me today, you'll ask them and they won't have a valid reason. They'll cite something that I changed already. They'll cite something from the past that doesn't exist anymore, They'll cite those things that have become memes, rolling memes that make Phil a negative guy on the internet that aren't even true anymore. And that's the problem, is when you get that mob mentality that just believes this guy's bad no matter what, how are you ever going to get that to change? And that's really what's happened to me, is over the years, I've had to grow the thickest possible skin because I know on any given day, someone is going to come and say something nasty about me that's not true. And the bottom line is, it would be one thing if it was just an average person saying it, but these are big YouTubers and big streamers. Just last fucking night, there was a guy with over 200,000 Twitter followers, okay? Who I posted up on my Twitter something like, to this day, I'm still trying to hear something, that reason why people really still dislike me. It'd be one thing you talk about the past, but I'm still waiting to hear this big reason why in modern days people don't like me so much, and why I'm such a person that's so hated on the internet. And then the guy literally takes my tweet, apparently followed me, I don't know, takes my tweet and says a negative thing about me.
I like how you're laughing, too.
Well, it's funny.
Oh, you're getting salt, 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 salt. It's even now, again, my mouth overpowered with salt flavor. I really do feel that as a gamer, I've matured a bit. I've figured out how to handle my anger.
To his follower, over 200,000 followers, right? Now, I don't even know who the guy is. I never heard of him before. Some other streamer or YouTuber, I don't know who the hell this fucking guy is, right? But here's a guy who has a giant following, and he says something nasty about me, right? On Twitter. I never heard of him, never said a nasty thing to him, and apparently, so now why do you think people don't like me? Because irresponsible people like that, right, come out all the time and do shit like that. PewDiePie makes a video at my expense, or this fucking guy I never heard of talks shit. Jim Sterling, someone gifted me a sub to Darkside Phil on Twitch, how hilarious, ha 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 ha. It's like, why do you think people don't like me? Because these big people are irresponsible, Now, I used to be like that. I'll openly admit, I used to talk shit about games like Minecraft and the like, but I don't do that shit anymore. I'm not going to go out and say, oh, this person is a piece of shit or whatever. I'm not. If I give my opinion on something, I'm going to be very opinionated, but at the end, I always am sure to say these days, but it's okay if you disagree with me. It's actually okay if you don't agree with my sentiment, if you don't feel that the kind of content I put out is the best content, that's okay, because in this modern era, there's enough out there for everyone, and everyone has different tastes. That's the right way to approach it.
Very, very, very hypocritical.
Back then, I didn't used to do that. But only thing people want to remember is the Phil from back then who used to be a dick, and not the new guy who's really matured and changed over the last 4 or 5 years, and I've really made an honest effort to do things more positively, right? So what I could say is this. I've learned over the years to have a much thicker skin. If I literally just let every little thing that happens to me on a daily basis get to me, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in a nut house. I'm not even exaggerating. I'd be in a nut house in a fucking straight jacket, the funny farm jacket, the white coat, bouncing off the fucking padded walls. Because I can't, for the life of me, at least in the last 3-4 years, cite so many horrendous things that apparently I've done that people would hate me. The things that they reference are ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous. Phil was playing VR chat and a girl insulted him, so he said he was going to slap her. That didn't happen. What I said was, if there was a kid like that, they deserve to basically, I would slap the kid because they're basically acting like that, right?
Good, now I'm away from that annoying fucking bitch of a kid who I would have slapped in real fucking life if they talked to me like that.
And it was a joke. It wasn't said to the kid. It was an on-the-cuff reaction to a girl who had literally insulted me first. Obviously, no, in real life, would I run up and slap a child? Of course I wouldn't. But that's just the thing. People will take a little thing like that out of context and say, Phil said he's going to run around and slap kids. Oh, that's it. Here we go again, back on the hate bandwagon for Phil. And if you actually watch anything in context, you realize that's not what it is. And in addition to that, the other thing that people got to realize is that I am one of the most prolific content creators on the internet.
Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
I am streaming 8 hours a day, putting out about 6 hours of gameplay video content on an average day. On YouTube itself, I've got over, I think at this point, if you added up 70+ thousand videos spanning 10 years, you know, when I work so much and I put out so much content, of course, you're going to look at that and say, okay, out of the 365 days that Phil streamed in 2017, wow, there were 4 days where he really was an asshole. That's 4 out of 365, and I'm sorry, but that's kind of a good ratio, you know what I mean? When it comes to that, everyone's human, and everyone's gonna make mistakes. And I openly admit, I'm human. I make tons of fucking mistakes. I do. And I want to become better, and I want to learn how to control my temper and control my depression and control all the issues that I have inside of me to not be a negative jerk to you guys, right? I want to make my streams and my content as positive as possible. But when you constantly have people who will only focus on those times when you fuck up and say that's the be-all and end-all of you, when you've got some guy on Twitter who's insanely irresponsible, who has so many followers, who literally just says, oh, see, Phil's an asshole or Phil's a jerk, here you go, guys, hate on him, what do you think's going to happen? And that's it. Let's not take any responsibility for the years of systematic abuse that you've thrown at me. That was just jokes. It was just fun and jokes, and Phil's a jerk anyway. He deserves it. He can handle it. He's got the thickest skin. He's not going to go away. That's horrible. That's like saying you have absolutely no responsibility in your life for anything you fucking do, and that's terrible. You know, now I do take responsibility for the stuff that I do.
What? Absolutely not. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
When I fuck up, I'll admit that I did something stupid. You know, I made a horrible joke about iJustine last year that I know is messed up, and I wouldn't do that again, you know, and I learned from those mistakes when people call them out. But for you to only think that that's who the end-all and be-all of who I am after 10 years of fucking content I put on the internet is insanely irresponsible, unfair, and dangerous, because here I am now in a situation...
Oh my god, dude, just shut up. Just shut up and stop whining. Ugh.
Where, financially, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep doing this for a living, and it's not anything I did, you know? And it's fucking terrible, you know?
This is a situation where, once again, I've done absolutely nothing wrong whatsoever, and I'm getting punished like I did, you know? Because I've done nothing wrong, you know? I make mistakes. I'm a fallible human. But most of the things that happen to me, I didn't do anything wrong. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Zero. For something I didn't do wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
So, yeah, I do believe, Lord Lamb, that there is you can become stronger as a person to a certain extent, but when so much shit gets piled on you constantly, day after 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 day, there has to be a point where you say enough. You know, and I haven't gotten there yet, I guess. But, I mean, it's just ludicrous the amount of shit that happens to me on a daily basis at this point. Every fucking day there's something new just to screw me over. And it's like, just in the last week, DsPgaming got demonetized, my internet went out, and I lost a sponsorship opportunity due to a technical glitch. In 1 week, you know? And it's like, now how do you expect someone like me to push forward positively when it's like negative, 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 negative? It sucks. I don't want that. I don't want everything to be negative, negative, negative. I want to have positive things to balance the negative. And thank God I do. I got my girlfriend, you know, I got my life outside of the streams. And quite frankly, when I'm on the streams and we're having fun with games and stuff, it's worth it. It's a really good experience and situation. I wouldn't do this for a living moving forward if I didn't have fun doing it. That's the bottom line. If this were not worth it or I really didn't enjoy what I was doing, I wouldn't keep doing it, okay?
Am I in this for money? I mean, yeah, it's my job.
That's really one of the main reasons why I persevere through all the bullshit I go through every day, is because I really do genuinely enjoy interacting with you guys and having fun gameplay streams, and getting the support that I get from Kat allows me to keep pushing forward and persevering through the bullshit, okay? And every day there's something new. Today there's something new, or yesterday there was something new saying that I own 2 cars. I own a $40,000 car. No, I don't. No, Kat doesn't. No, you know, it's more bullshit, more slander. People just making shit up.
Oh, Phil says he needs your help, but he just bought a $40,000 car. No, I didn't. You literally have made something completely up. There's no fucking factual evidence behind it, just like the escort story, just like everything else. But this is what I mean. People have now made up so much shit about me that it's now the running meme to just believe it. And now, oh, now don't go support Phil because he's lying to you all along. And it's just to the point where it's like, I can't take it anymore, you know? It's ridiculous.
I'm at least grateful that I know I've got so many people who hang out with me on a daily basis, who believe what I say.
I want you to watch what I do on a daily basis. You're part of a cult who blindly now have to support everything I do, and it's part of your duty to daily come out. Oh, I have to do, every single day I have to support Phil. And the day that I don't support Phil is a day that I failed because I was part of the bro army or whatever. And now I wasn't there for Phil. I'm pretty sure we all knew that it was about some kind of a fanatical cult. These cult mentality people. That shit is, in my opinion, that shit's sick. What that is, that's a streamer or a YouTuber who's literally creating a brainwashing style mentality to try to get more money. That's what that is.
Because if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't still be here. 10 years, some people give me the benefit of the doubt, and they see all the nonsense that's been out there over the years. They're here for the streams to actually see what happens rather than listening to the misinformation or the slander later, and I do appreciate that, So, to summarize, yeah, I do feel that hardship can make you stronger to a point, but there's also a point of breaking. And, you get to that point, it's like, how much more can I take? I really can't take much more at this point. I'm at the point where I need something positive to happen in regards to either YouTube or Twitch. I need my Twitch to blow up. I need my YouTube to get its monetization back. I need something positive to fucking happen so that I can at least sit down for 5 minutes and just have a sigh of relief and say, thank God, at least for now I can relax. I can't. It's hard for me to even fucking relax for 2 seconds when constantly there's negative. Fucking guy on Twitter with 200,000 followers shits on you. Fucking guy with a huge following on the internet says you're an asshole. I don't even know who the fuck you people are. I have nothing to fucking do with you, and I'm tired of the shit. I'm tired of being bullied.
You think I'm the villain? Go fuck yourself.
Just because you think it's fucking cool, and you believe all the stupid shit out there instead of doing 5 seconds of responsible research to find out the truth, that's insane. And quite frankly, people like that shouldn't have the followings they have, just being real. They don't deserve it. Because if you're going to have a following that, you need to be responsible, Now, maybe those people will learn. And they'll just like me, over time they'll learn and realize how irresponsible that is, and they'll change for the better. Great.
I know you're lying.
But sadly, what I see as a pattern out there is that a lot of people out there who got this, flash in the pan internet following just for streaming games or whatever, all of a sudden now don't know what to do with it, and they constantly do irresponsible, stupid shit that hurts other people, and that's not good. Okay?
You mean I have to change my behavior?
Detective John Kimball says, I have a very descriptive vocabulary. I must read a lot. When I was younger, I read a hell of a lot of comic books, and comic books actually have some of the biggest vocabularies of anywhere. And I did also read a lot of regular books back in the day. I also took British literature classes, which taught me a lot of obscure words and stuff. So yeah, in regards to, I'd say, the common person in America, or the United States, I guess I should say, yeah, I probably have a far more descriptive vocabulary, and I'm a lot more versatile when it comes to variety of words that I can use in a daily conversation.
Wow.
No. Trees, Teed. I can't say this guy's name. I'm just gonna say Trees. No Trees. I have not considered dyeing my beard. I actually asked Kat if it bothered her that I have white hair in my beard, and she said no, she likes it, so I'm just gonna leave it as is.
It can't be. There's no way.
Russian Love Machine says, will I ever do a visit back to Connecticut? I mean, yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to. My parents are getting on the older side. I haven't seen them now in over 2 years. I obviously miss them. I want to see them again. Kat wants to meet them. So eventually we're going to probably go there. I've already talked to my parents about it, and we're talking about maybe in the next year or two going back for a trip there just to spend time with the parents and to show Kat around the state where I grew up, some of the fun stuff that I used to do, like the zoo and certain restaurants and stuff. But I don't have any money for it, so it's going to have to be like me working with my parents to figure out how we're going to do it. So, but it's a possibility, just not anytime soon. Big Bumbling Black Man Cheers says, have you thought of better ways to conduct your polls besides Twitter, maybe the forums? Let's be honest, we know what's going to win. The troll answer wins. We know what's going to win. The troll answer wins. The troll answer always wins. Oh, yeah. First of all, I try not to do troll things in my forums to avoid that, okay? But, the forums, sadly, I tried, at the height of my popularity, I tried doing polls on my forums, and the vast majority of responses I got was, Phil, we don't like polls on your forums, because sadly, the polls on your forums require you to register, and the registration process is a pain in the butt, and it's too much work. I know that sounds silly. Forum registration typically takes, what, 5 seconds? But that was the vast majority of feedback I received back in the day. And so the only polls I do on my forums are patron-specific stuff now. So that's why I don't do it that way. I tried using, what was it? What was the old one that used to use? It wasn't Twitter. Remember there's that website where you could do polls? I totally forgot what it's called. Something list or something like that. And we found out that people could abuse that and cheat. So I stopped using that. Twitter seems to be the most legit thing, where we do get kind of legit answers, so.
Burn in hell, Burnell. And now I'm going to burn in hell for the rest of eternity because of it. You can't change who you are, I guess. What pasta do you prefer? I prefer a penne. Oh! Easy to eat. Oh! Phil's a faggot. Phil's fat. Phil's a loser, Phil's a beggar, Phil's a racist, Phil's a scammer, DSP's a pedophile, DSP is a thief, DSP is a greedy fuck.
This guy's a bitch.
I have a micro penis. Alright, I'm not dead, but I swear to God I wish I fucking was.